to Mr. Oliver Dowden, the Deputy Prime Minister of the UK. This is my rainbow of change for a safe and sustainable future for all. Look how sharp this edge is. Now I filed this side and you can see that it's now quite safe and blunt. So this is why you first need to file the wood before you clean and paint it. Ask an adult to chisel the surface of your piece of wood so that it's smoother and it will be easier to paint. So this is sandpaper. I'm going to sand this piece of wood, but I'm not going to do too much of sanding. So now I finished doing all the sanding, but it's got lots of tiny pieces of wood and sand stuck on it, and that will not help the paint set, and it will keep crumbling off. So I'm going to give it a good wipe to make sure all that sandy, woody stuff comes off. Oh yes, and as you can see, here on the back, in the woodland where it was, all the worms have eaten this piece of wood away a little bit. But luckily we came in time before the whole wood was eaten by worms or had biodegraded into soil. So I think I want to leave it like this because I think it helps me remember where this came from, and it reminds me that nature has its own wonderful designs. So as you can see in the front, so I've wiped it quite thoroughly, but I need to make sure that it doesn't get too wet because then it will take ages to dry again. But luckily it's a sunny day, so we can dry it outside. So I might just give this worm-eaten back a little bit of a wipe too. So I might just put a little bit of polish here to stop it from rotting, but that's all I'm going to do to the back of it. And I'm going to have to paint the front white first. Then I'm going to have to let it dry. But as you know, it's quite hot and there is a nice little breeze, so I think it should dry quite quickly. Need some more paint. At first, the paint should be quite liquidy because this wood is very dry. And by the way, you should always make sure that an adult is with you when you're like sanding this and using the chisel and all. Nearly done. And you should do more than one layer because sometimes when it dries, well actually most of the time, all of the woody colour just comes out of the white. Then I thought that I want something bright and colourful, so now I'm going to do a rainbow. So as you can see, I've drawn the lines in pencil and now I'm going to fill it in with colour. But as you can see in my palette, that I'm only doing one colour at a time. I'm not squeezing all the colours into there because then they'll dry up and become all horrid and jammy. So now I finished painting it. As you can see, here's our rainbow. And now after this, I'm going to do one thin coat of polish so that it stays forever and ever. And if a little bit of water falls on it, it's fine. And as you can see, the worm-eaten back, it's still there after all I've done with this because I think it resembles nature. There are quite a few uses for this. So first of all, you could just use it as a beautiful showpiece to brighten up a room, or you could also use it as a stand for your phone or tablet when you're doing something on your devices. You can also gift this to someone as a lovely, colourful little present.